Hey guys, it's Meme. I'm my trusty sidekick.
Old Vinny's here. Welcome to the Tuesday afternoon live show. Tuesdays at 2. We are glad to be with you today. Got some cool stuff to do today. I know Meme's got something pretty exciting to show you, so that's good. I think she's going to announce some kind of
No, I'm kidding.
some kind of deal she's got coming up for you guys on stamp sets. So if you love our stamp sets, you might want to check that out. She's going to be mentioning that here a little bit later on in the show. Everything you see used in the show today can be purchased in our online craft store at www.maymaymadeit.com. Tamitha will be here in the show, and she will be posting the links to the stuff that we talk about, and you'll just be able to click on those and go. Tamitha also makes sure that everybody behaves. She's our moderator, and she does a great job with that. So just try to be good, and everything will be great. One more thing. Man, we are so close to 400,000. It's just been going and going and going. So I hope if you haven't subscribed, you'll go ahead and do that. And lastly, we want you to give us a thumbs up. Vinny the Video is what we call it. So if you'll hang in there with us and do that, we sure would appreciate it. May, tell me what you got.
Here's the deal. First, guess what we have up there? You see it?
Up where?
On the chat.
Oh, I got to get.
You got to scroll back.
Oh, a super chat. I didn't have the chat part opened yet.
Well, fill us in on it.
Let's see if I can see who it is because it's up there. Mona. We got a super chat from Mona. So, Mona, we appreciate that very much. The crowd goes wild as we cheer for Mona. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much. You guys were coming off holiday weekend. Who had a good holiday weekend? We left here on Friday. Actually, we left early Friday. We left at 2:30. Or the staff left at 2:30. We left before that, but we left early and we had a wonderful weekend and we had good news this weekend. Did y'all see our announcement? Now you know, not
CEO
now you know.
Joe is engaged.
There's so many things that are going on in our life, but I think the more you see those kind of announcements, the more you know, wow, we are very busy people. But I want it to calm down. Are you a busy person too? Does everything seem to get away from you? That's why I created this card organizer. I'm not going to let this get away from me this year. And I tried to already, but I didn't. I'm okay. And what I mean by that is this card organizer, if you weren't here for the first one, I created for you some like dated work pages for you to work with. And we're fine. You're fine. You're fine. As long as you don't want to make over 100 cards, you got plenty of time. We're going to go through that today. So this is going to be it is part 2. And then on Wednesday, next Wednesday's date is what? Not tomorrow, but the next one.
Well, tomorrow's the 3rd. So next Wednesday's the 10th.
So on Wednesday, the 10th, if you're a member of our channel, if you signed up to be a member, I'm going to be doing my first craft along of the new membership that we have, and I'm going to be doing it based on this today. So you won't need anything specific. You'll just need to, if you want to make Christmas cards this year, you'll just kind of catch up with me here through part 2, and then we'll move into part 3 on Wednesday. I won't be doing the rest of it forward facing because I don't think you're going to need it. But if you want to follow along with me and you're a member of the channel, it's a perk that I'm going to give you, that if I'm sitting down to work a couple hours, you'll be there with me. So next Wednesday, 10 a.m. and I'll put that live for you guys to be able to go ahead and get notifications really soon. And can we separately message them, Tamitha, like to remind them? Can we? I don't remember. I don't know. Yeah, we wanted to post about Joe for you guys. Our channel membership is $4.99 a month. That's crazy.
I thought it was $5.99 a month.
It's $4.99 a month because it's what I let because YouTube just set it for us. And that's where we're at, $4.99, because YouTube handles all that. So Alicia Key wants to know, where is Vinny's desk compared to yours? Did you see my video on Saturday night? I don't know that they're going to be able to tell that we're touching each other, but there we are.
We sit at the same table. She sits in the middle. I sit on the right side.
If you want to see my filming setup and my craft setup and how I have it all done, check out Saturday's video. Oh, thank you. Perfect. Yeah, check out Saturday's video because I tried to do it in such a way you could really tell, like my background is obviously here and Vinny's background is over there. So if you saw the video, you would have been able to see that. So I hope you really enjoyed that. Okay. I'm looking at your chat. 10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m. Central Time. Remember, if I say something, it's always Central. So let's talk about this book. Y'all know, does anybody recognize this? You get 1,000 gold stars if you recognize this. I want to see who gets it. 1,000 gold stars if you recognize what this is. And I could give a context clue, but it'd be too much. Then you'd all get it. Tell me if you know what it is. And you might even, I might have said it in the video. I don't know. I might have. All right. Who all saw this video? You're welcome, April Jo. Who all saw this video? This is the Christmas card organizer for 2025. Good job, Carolyn. 1,000 gold stars. They're useless, but they sure are fun to collect. It is the rubber band that comes in the glue press packaging that I said, don't get rid of this. This is really nice. And I'm using it to keep my book closed. So I love that. Okay, so who all saw this? I hope you all did. If you didn't, I'm going to give you an overview of what this is, okay? I took a composition book. I haven't even put the back on yet. That's how I just have not been able to touch it. But I took a composition book. I created for you this free printable cover in 3 different colors, okay? And I want to say somebody asked me if I could add a blue. I can try to do that. I think it was blue they wanted because I think I did like pink and brown, red, black, and white, and heavy green, I think, or brown. I can't remember. I made y'all 3 of those. And so you can have the little cover to go on the front. And then I made for you, actually Sylvia did this part. Sylvia made you a little calendar. Now, this calendar started in July because that's when we released this, but you don't have to do any work in here until September, as long as you're not trying to make 500 greeting cards by Thanksgiving, okay? Because the plan for this guy is to have your greeting cards made. Was it by Thanksgiving? I'll have to look and see. It might be by the first week of December. I can't remember. I also made for you the words. You see those little words that I have on my tabs? I gave you a printable that has, I think, 4 or 5 different fonts that you can use. Hey, Deanna, you have to print them. How did she say? It's going to print. You have to tell it double-sided. You have to tell it on your print to tell it to. Is that how you have to do it? Tell it to print double-sided? Maybe Tamitha can remember. If not, maybe you can ask Sylvia if there was a rule about it. But we went through. We made these little things, right? We made all our little sections, okay? And then now we get to start filling it up. Now, the other thing I made for you, the other part of the PDF, which that's what we're going to talk about today, are the PDFs, are these. They are these. Let me move these. Some of this is like for in a minute. Okay. I did not break this down in the video, so I kind of want to tell you now, okay? I'm going to read this to you. In this planner, you'll create 7 sections with pockets to hold printable forms. However, you don't have to do 7 sections. I decided not to do 7. I was going to do them, but there were some that just didn't resonate with me, so I decided not to do 7, okay? I also have not put my pockets in yet, but I will. These forms can be removed to use and update each year. You can refer to my video for step-by-step instructions on how to create the pockets, which we will do. I might do one today. I have time, so I can do one today. All right, in the planning tab, what you want to do in your planning tab is you want to hold things like hold printed overview and planning checklist and time list. This is where you will organize your goals and deadlines. This is the first place I want to start, obviously, in the planning, okay? Then you have an address list tab, which for me, this is going to be pivotal. I am going to do my darndest to collect addresses this year. I want to have so many addresses, a lot because of the prayer map. Like I'm finding that I need people's addresses because when God put somebody on my heart to do a card for, I need their addresses. Do y'all say addresses or addresses? Do you say envelope or envelope? Tomato or tomato? So I need as many addresses as I can get. And I want to fill that section up. Even though this is my 2025 one, I still want to have them in there so I can have them for year after year, right?
Now, do they get that PDF?
That video's already out. Yep. Part 1's already out.
The list that you have.
The PDFs are free in the video. Yep. All of this is free. You don't have to do anything. It's all in the all in the first video. In the first video. Which I think, did Tamitha link the first video? I'm sure she did.
She said it's listed in the description.
There you go. Then there's a design tab, which I'm excited about because that's where it's going to be so fun. We'll talk about that today too. A supplies tab, which is the one I did not put in here because I felt like I was going to add that to my planning or design, but if you want a separate supply tab, you can do it. The work log tab. I did a work log tab because I really like the idea of the work log, and I'll show you that in a second. And then the mailing tab, I did not put in this one because I feel like putting the envelope in and sending them did not need a whole section. And then the memories tab I did put in here. And here's what I love about the memories tab, okay? I want to encourage you to fill this section up. I want you to use it as a journal for your card making. And here's what I mean. Whatever you think or happens, or the process of you doing this to get your cards ready for the year, journal it. I'm telling you, at some point in time, people in your family are going to find this little book or something, or maybe you'll have 5 or 10 of them by the time they find it. But won't it be so cool for them to look in your little journal and hear maybe what inspired you this year, how many cards you're wanting to send out. Maybe you're taking on a special project you want to send to the nursing home in your area, a Christmas card to every person. Like maybe you want to build a separate book for every single thing you're doing. I just think using this like a journal will be so cool, so that, because listen to me, everybody's going to say, I'm not going to need this whole thing for 2025. I don't need this big of a book. But when it becomes like a junk journal, then it's something to keep and a memory you can have. And they store so easily on a shelf, right? I love this. So I want to really use the memory section, and I want to read this to you. Store memory keeping forms, card samples, photos, special stories, or notes from card recipients. Remember, you can print fresh forms every year and use the same planner if you like. And I told y'all that if you wanted to, you could just not use the 2025. You could cover that up or whatever. But if you want me to, I can make you some covers that don't have the date, and it can be undated, and you can just use it year after year after year. I just thought this was going to be so fun. All right. So that's how the tabs work. I really think, like, for some reason, this mic is pulling my shirt down today. I don't know why. I really think it'll be cool when you start picking your cards or you start picking your paper, like put samples in your little journal part, put like sketches. And I just think it'll be so cute. I think it'll be cute. All right. So that's how you use it. The next thing we're going to do, go to the next page. Again, anything you see today is free for you to receive under that video. Okay. I feel like my chair is crooked. So I'm not feeling like I'm in my place. It's that long weekend. That long weekend got me.
You feel out of spot.
Yeah, I do. Okay, this is your Christmas card mailing prep checklist. Okay, so this is what you'll need once you get everything done. You'll want to use this to kind of check everything off. Okay, here's what it says: address your list. Have your address list finalized. Your envelopes addressed. Your return address is added to the envelopes. Your postage stamp applied. Your envelope sealer and stickers applied. Your card sorted for hand delivery or mailing. Confirm postal deadlines for delivery. Cards packaged or protected if needed. Cards ready to mail on a scheduled mailing date. This is just to help you use as a checklist as you're going. And here's the deal. If you didn't add the tab for this, like the mailing tab, this would be really good to mount like a dashboard situation. Just kind of cut this out, mount it. And then as you do it, I got my list finalized. I've addressed my envelopes. You know, this is a good place to do that. Make this your own. All right. For your memory keeping, I just did this to kind of give you ideas of how to do it. Okay. Card sample attached or sketched, card design notes, special card recipients, favorite card design this year, unexpected moments and stories related to your cards. These are just ideas, notes for next year, photos for your card making. These are just ideas for you to fill out using that little journal section. Okay. And I gave you this one so you can kind of write the things down before you put it in your journal. Because I know, even though I'm saying junk journal, people like to plan out their journals. You want to know what you're putting. I know how it is, right? So we have this. Then this is where I wanted to get to. These are the pages I'm excited about. I'm going to move the book for a minute. I do not have a lot of space here today. I have really locked myself in. I am landlocked. Okay. So notice here, Christmas card planner timeline checklist for 25 cards. If you're only making 25 cards, these 2 pages, I'm going to staple these together too. Tiny attacher. There you are. Ah, I tried to pull everything down. These 2 pages are what you're going to need to do your 25 cards before Christmas. How many of you will do 25? How many of you, this is the one you'll do? Okay. If you're going to do 25 cards, let's look at this. Things are a little different here. I want you to pay attention. If you're only going to do 25, only print this out. Do not confuse yourself by printing out the 50 and the 75 and 100. You won't need it. So we got it. We're going to enlist somebody today. Let's enlist Is this Frenchie? I think this is Frenchie. Let's enlist her today. So you want to start by September the 8th. That's why I needed to do this today. We need to start by September the 8th. And here's what that means. On September the 8th, which will be Monday, coming up Monday, okay, this is what you do in week 1. It's so easy. Watch. In week 1, you're going to set the total number of Christmas cards to make. You're going to decide on a design or multiple designs. You're going to choose a Christmas theme. You're going to select a color palette, and you're going to decide on a card size. That is all you have to do on week 1. I kind of feel like my camera's a little dirty. Hold on a second. I feel like we're getting a little blur, and I don't like a blur. See if I can fix that. That's some better, I think.
It don't seem to quite be focusing on the words.
It might be because this is a lot of white. Let me zoom in and see if we can help that. That's some better. It's not great.
That's better, though.
I think it's all the light in here and all the white. Here we go. Okay, so then in week 2, you're going to set your budget for supplies. You're going to review your current inventory. You're going to create a shopping list, and you're going to select card making techniques to use. Okay. In week 3, you're going to choose sentiments for your card. You're going to select your stamp sets or focal images. You're going to find inspiration. In week 4, you're going to sketch your card designs and finalize the design choices. Then in week 5, you'll shop for any supplies you need. Then set detailed deadlines for each step, and you're going to schedule your card making sessions in your planner. Okay. In week 6, you're going to prepare your workspace for card making and organize mailing supplies. In week 7, you're going to prepare your address list and confirm your current addresses. And in week 7, you're going to set up a tracking system, who to send to, mailed and received. Don't worry about received unless you're hearing from people. Then check it off. It's cute. And then weeks 9 through 12, begin your card assembly and create 7 cards per week. Okay, now look what's happened there. Because this set is only to make 25 cards, things are very spaced out. You've got plenty of time to create 25 cards and have them finished before. When did I have this finished? I think December 1st. I think it had it so you could mail them out December 1st, like get through Thanksgiving and get them mailed out. So week 9, 10, 11, and 12, you'll make 7 cards per week, which I think is actually a little bit more than you need, right? 7 times 4 is 28.
Mm-hmm. Where did that come from?
Big brain. So it's 3 more than you need, but then you can have one to save in your book too, and one to give to extra people you come up with. So this is to make 25. So I want to show you the difference between 25 and 100. I want to show you the difference because I think that's interesting. Okay. So that's 25. That's your timeline. Now, like I said, in your PDF, I don't know if I said this, but I made one for 50 cards. So you have that 2-page checklist. I made one for 75 cards. So you have that 2-page checklist. And this one is 100. So I want to go through it and show you this, okay? The difference for this one, this feels very the same. This is the same. This is the same. Okay, those are the same. But when you get here, here's where it changes. Weeks 9 through 14. Also, this one, you want to start, if you're doing 100, you should have started last week, but don't stress. You have so much time. You'll just move a week up, and half of this you'll get done in a day. So if you want to do 2 in a day, or if you want to do, here's something, we'll talk about this in a second. Don't worry, we can do a lot with this, but you needed to start then. But here's what you need. You need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You need 6 weeks to create your cards at 17 cards a week. That's to do 100, okay? Not everybody needs to do 100. I probably would do 75 myself personally. I don't think I need 100. But it works very similar, okay? It's just you have to make more, and you have to do it. You have to start it a little sooner, okay? Who would want to make 100? Who needs to make 100 cards? Thanks, Patty. Becky, what happened? Big brain. So that's what Joe would say, is big brain. I want to tell y'all something that I would do. So Arlene needs to make 187. So then, Arlene, what you'll do, okay, is you're going to double this. So instead of 17, you're going to need 34 a week.
I want to know who you are and where is my wife.
Is this a menopause symptom? I can now do math.
I mean, that's 2 equations in like 5 minutes.
I want to know.
And
if
you
this
got
is-
them right.
If this is an obscure symptom of menopause. That's what I want to know. So you're going to double this. You'll make 34 a week. But I think you should do this. I think you guys should consider this, okay? My plan for doing this, my plan for making this card organizer and giving you these breakdown days was just so we could actually get our cards completed, okay? But I'm sure you saw when I went through those steps, you don't need a week to do those steps. You don't need that, okay? I don't need a week to set my total number of cards. I can do that right now. I don't need a week to decide on my design. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that in a minute. I don't need a week to choose my theme. I don't need a week to select my color palette. I don't need a week to decide on card sizes. Do you see what I'm saying? This is just if you want to if you don't want to do a lot of work and you don't want to be stressed out, this is just to help you get it done like eating an elephant, which is to bite it one little piece at a time, right? What I would say, if you need to make a lot, like if you need to make 187, I wouldn't want to make 34 cards a week. That would be overwhelming for me, okay? I don't mind that 17, okay? Honestly, I'd rather make even numbers every week because that's who I am. So I'd rather do like 18 and do the math, right? But what I would do is I would do this like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, okay, day 8. And then wherever I ended, wherever I was, I would start this because I don't mind being done early. None of us mind being done early. And think about this. You never know. You might get a cold one week and can't do your 17 cards and you don't want to get yourself behind. Okay. So you don't have to do these as weeks. You might go, you know what? I'm going to do the first 3 week 1, then the next 3 week 2, and then the next, and get yourself hurried up. Does that make sense?
I think it does.
I think it makes sense. So what do you think? I want to do 75 cards. Let me pull out the 75 one so we can look at it. I could make more than 75 because I could use them, but I want to do 75 cards. That's my goal this year, 75. Is 75 enough with church and everything else?
Probably.
Okay. I'm going to do 75 cards. So here's how I'm going to look at this. First, I'm going to tiny attach it. Okay. And then I'm going to see what my weekly number is. It's 15. That's so easy. It's 15. That's not hard to do. However, I really do like the idea of doing it sooner, of getting to my decorating sooner, getting to the building sooner. Okay. So I'm not going to take a week to do each of these things. I'm going to schedule this. We'll look at this Wednesday when we get together in the members group, but I'm going to hurry this up a bit. Now, I can already answer some of these things, okay? And I'm just going to make notes here, but I'm actually going to put it into my book at a later time. I'm just going to make notes here, okay? So the total number of cards we want to make, we know because I have it here, that's 75. So I've done that. Oh, that's a white pen. That's another thing you have to decide is what color pen do you want to use in your Christmas journal? You have to decide that. Do you want to use red or green? Oh, that's orange. That's a no. We want to use red or green in our Christmas journal. Or both. Yeah, I think so too. Now I got to make a pocket to hold my pens on my journal. And if you've been to my sewing channel, I already have that video for you, how to make a pocket to hold your pens. Matter of fact, I may have some. Okay, so let's mark this off. I've already set my number of cards because I chose this printable. Okay. Decide on one design or multiples. I haven't done that yet. I haven't chosen a theme. I haven't chosen my color palette. I do know what size I want. I'm going to do A2. I just want to do that, and I like it. All right. Set a budget for supplies. I don't know how to set a budget. I mean, I could say to myself, if I'm going to make 75 cards and I don't want to spend more than a certain amount per card, that's an easy way to set a budget, right? If you want to stay, I can look at it like this. If I'm a kit maker, when I make a card kit, sometimes I don't want to spend more than like $2 or $3 a kit. You know what I'm saying? I've done that before when we're doing classes and things. That's a really tight number. But if the easiest way to do your budget, I think, is per card. Also, calculate in, listen to me, I'm being so cool. Calculate in two things. If it's going to need to be non-machinable, you need to calculate in that rate based on your postal service. And if it's going to need your envelope, your stamp, you need to calculate that in too per card. Okay. Now, for me, I have a lot of supplies. Will I have to buy anything? I don't know. It will depend on how I feel about it. If I decide I want to use a new paper pack, and I know me, I'm probably not going to use last year's. I just know how I am. Or once I get my design picked out, I want to figure out whatever that budget will be, right? But I think the good thing is to go per card and do a budget that way. I'm not going to talk budget on here because my budget is probably way different from yours. Because remember, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to use. All right. This is the part I want us to talk about right now. We're going to review our current supply inventory. This is something I'm glad I'm rushing up, and I want to show you why. I started looking at some card ideas for this year, and as I was looking, Dorothea, you don't have to budget. That's just in there. Who don't budget?
Especially not on craft supplies.
Don't budget on craft supplies. I was looking at some card ideas, and I was just on Pinterest. That's where I usually start. There's lots of places to get ideas from. That's one that I use. I was looking on Pinterest, and as I was looking, I'm like, ooh, I've got a die that'll do that. I've got a stamp set that'll do that. I've got a this that'll do that. I got a that'll do that. And then I was like, you know what? It might be cool to start from a point, to pick the point you want to start from. I think I want to start from a stamp set. I've got a couple ideas. So what I did today, what me and Shannon did before the live show, is I pulled every Christmas stamp set that we make except for one. One of them is sold out, and I didn't want to make you mad at me, okay? But I pulled every stamp set that we carry, because what I want to do is pick from stamp set. I really think I've got an idea of where I want to go, and I'll show you all that in a minute. But this is kind of how your planning starts. You decide, hey, I've got a die I've wanted to use for 5 years and never have. I want to design my card around that die. Or you have a stamp set you've wanted to use, or a paper pack you want to use up, or maybe you have some envelopes you want to use up that are like a certain color. Find that starting point. Another thing you can think about is maybe you want to just pick a theme. Maybe you want to do blue. Maybe you're a blue Christmas person. Maybe you want to do velvet. Maybe that's your theme. Maybe you want to do Candy Christmas. Speaking of Candy Christmas, where's Rebecca Randazzo? Is she in here? I might show these Thursday night too. If you were here Thursday and we were looking at that paper and it made my mouth water for candy, look what Rebecca did. She sent me these and these. Y'all spoiled me so bad. She said, enjoy your gift from Rebecca Randazzo. Y'all knew somebody would do it, right? Look at all these spice. Rebecca, look at all these spice drops I get. I'm so excited. I'm not going to eat them on camera, but I'm going to smell them. But I'm going to smell them because I'm so excited about it. You made my day. I said somebody had to send them to me. Y'all, you made my day. I love it. Shannon said to tell everyone that she's into the peppermint candy, the butterscotch candies like your grandma used to give you. What'd she say?
Hard butterscotch.
Hard
candy,
butterscotch.
like your granddaddy used to carry in his pocket.
Was it something peppermint? And $100 bills.
Yeah, $100 bills.
Oh my goodness. Babe.
Does it smell good?
It smells like the best toothpaste that ever existed. Smell it. It smells like spicy toothpaste.
Just relating wonderful candy to toothpaste.
Well, then you don't mind eating them. They're like
it smells exactly like toothpaste.
Spicy toothpaste.
Colgate.
Oh, close up. It smells like close. Remember the red? Do they still make that? The red toothpaste? Is that a thing? And these are the spearmint ones. I'm so spoiled. So spoiled, you guys. I want to smell these too. These are spearmint flavored. Why am I such a weirdo? Thank you, Rebecca. You made my day. You want to smell them? You smelled the toothpaste. Rebecca.
I'm good. I smelled the toothpaste.
He don't like smelling like I do. Thank you so much. I love that. I'm going to make myself a jar of them wherever I'm at. Okay, so let's look at stamp sets. Do y'all mind looking at stamp sets? First, I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. Vinny agreed. Because I'm showing you stamp sets today, and we were not able to have a Labor Day sale. Was anybody shocked? We weren't able to. No one asked. why we weren't able to have a Labor Day sale? Okay, we are looking for someone for shipping. Our last person tried so hard, and it just, listen, shipping is its own person over there. Like it needs a special person. And our last person tried, and it did not work out for her. And we appreciate her trying, and we appreciate her. She was so gung-ho about it, and we appreciate that so much, but it didn't work out. So we need to hire another person, and we're doing interviews and things like that. But there's just not enough staff for us to do a sale right now. So we're just like, we can't do a all store sale. We just couldn't do it. But we can give you this special thing. Okay. So because we're planning for our Christmas cards and we're getting prepped, we're going to do buy 3, get 1 free. Okay. You must put 4 in your cart. Your cart recognizes when you have 4 in, and it gives you the least expensive stamp set for free when you check out. Okay. Discount automatically applies. You don't need a code. All right. And then you cannot use club member on it because this discount is 10% higher than club member. Okay. So this is a better deal. That doesn't mean you can't use club member on other things, just not on stamp sets. Okay. So it won't calculate there. So if you want to get any of the stamp sets I'm showing you and you want a deal, buy 3, get 1 free. All right. So let's just start.
So just so you'll be aware, we're going to do a Labor Day sale. It just ain't going to be on Labor Day.
When we have the labor.
As soon as I get some more labor, we'll do a sale.
When we have the laborers, we'll have a Labor Day sale. It's so funny. Okay. This is Happy Tree, the stamp set. Let's say you're starting here. Let's say you've looked online. Let me get some of my sample pages and see if any of them have anything like it. You've looked online and you found a card. I don't have one. You found a card that features a Christmas tree. Okay. Here's something I want you to know about May sets, May stamp sets. They come with SVGs. Okay. So if you have a shape you need, you can cut with your Cricut, which I will be utilizing my Cricut for my plan. You need to see my plan. You'll see why. I will be utilizing my Cricut. But you can cut out your shape and use this on your card. So you may not have the perfect die that you saw, like maybe you saw a die that you thought would be perfect and you don't own that one. That's okay. If you have the stamp set similar, you can get it from the SVG. Okay. So this is Happy Tree. This is such a cute one. This one's called Sentimental because it's cinnamon. So maybe you want to do a card that incorporates sending maybe for some friendship tea, maybe a little pack in it that you pull out or something that's got some friendship tea in it. Or have you seen those little teas? Those little drinks that come in those long little packets that you see sometimes at hotels. Wouldn't that be cute to cut a little slit and have one slide in to send as your card? I think that'd be so cute. So that's what you do. You start thinking, what kind of card am I making? Look at this one. If you're into cardinals, you want to do something with a red cardinal. Here's something cool too. On your planner, this is something I want you to think about. If you're a colorist, like I think about Tamitha. So Tamitha likes to color. And if I said to her, Tamitha, you need to make 15 colored cardinals a week in 5 weeks, right? That's a lot. But what Tamitha could do now in week 1, if she's already decided what her cards are going to look like and how many she needs and things like that, she could go ahead and pick out the bird and go ahead and stamp him ever how many times she needs him and cut him out ever how many times she needs him and go ahead and get him colored. So then when she goes to assemble her card, she just has that stacked in a container and her birds are done. If you're going to color or do anything like heat embossing or anything, give yourself time for that. And I would do mass production is how I would do that. Okay. Look at this one. And what I love about this little set, sometimes I don't like to drop down. There we go. What I love about this little set is this cup is so cute. If you make this in vellum, in acetate, and then put it above here with the whipped cream, it is so, so cute. And if you're maybe you're giving gifts of like a cup of coffee on me kind of thing, this is so cute to do this one with. You use this on the front, and on the inside, you make a little spot to hold money or a little gift card for coffee. But see what I'm saying? You need to start ahead of time. Okay. So if I'm making 100 of these, which I'm not, this would be a lot of work. I would do these for gift cards. But if I was making 100 of these, I'd want to go ahead and get my stamping going and go and get all my pieces done. So when it's time to assemble, I'm still making those cards, but I'm not having to do each little piece.
Now, we had a question
go ahead.
earlier about, I think Tam may have already asked it, but Cindy asked, are any of these stamp sets club sets?
Some of them are. Yep. Some of them are. Winter Peace is the name of this one. Who asked me? Deb. Winter Peace. Now, here's the thing. maybe you, like I said, you're going to make a second book to do like cards for service people, maybe your delivery people, maybe you have a relationship with your ambulance driver. You know, in our area, sometimes ambulance drivers pick people up and take them to the hospital for their treatment and things like that. So maybe you have a relationship with them. This would be cute for that. Maybe you have, what's another, maybe you have a delivery service that brings something to you special, and you know, you want a special card. You could think about this in your special book. Maybe this isn't your traditional card, but this is another idea. And you're probably like, that's not very Christmassy. Well, it is. Look, thank you for dashing through rain, sleet, and snow to deliver cheer. Isn't that cute? Please take a treat for the road. We did that so you could make these little guys, and you could take this guy, stamp that inside, make a tag out of it, and put it onto treats on your front door for people that are coming. So cute. I've got to make notes because these are things I want to do for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make notes. Oh, I already did this page. Don't you love when you can check a page off? Let's do treats for drivers. I want to show y'all what I was talking about with this, and this one's called holiday delivery. Okay, so there's one note of things I want to do for you. There's that one. Then this set, maybe you want to do a scene of the Holy Family, or maybe a scene of baby Jesus, or maybe a scene of Bethlehem, or maybe a scene of maybe you want to do a story card. This is a good set for that. So you start with what you got. You start with your cards for inspiration. Look at this one. This is so cute. Maybe you would like to feature 2 little mittens on the front of your card, and maybe you'd like to have some of the greenery or the little bow. Think about that, because to me, the thing that's going to take you the longest is all your tiny pieces, right? So go ahead and get that in your head. By the way, don't think this is too soon. If I was telling you this in July, you'd be mad at me, okay? This is September. It's the Burr months. That means December is in this quarter, okay? It's the Burr months. Now we can do this, right? I talked to Vinny about the Burr months this weekend. I was like, it's September 1st. That means it's the Burr months. That means today I have something pumpkin spice. And I had 2 things pumpkin spice yesterday. Look at this set. It's so beautiful. I actually saw a card where they did this one here, and they cut it out, and it's the shape of a heart, right? And then over here, they had this beautiful little sentiment coming off the side of it. This would be really, really good for that. Also, this little piece here, I've always said, and I need to make a note of that one too, because what I want to do with it is turn it into stained glass. This said is prepare him room. And I want to do a stained glass panel of that. I just think that would be so pretty. I really am going to try to get this out to y'all for inspiration, because I want y'all to be inspired. But wouldn't that be gorgeous to stamp this on vellum, color the back of it, pop it up, maybe add a light, a pear blossom light. Now that's another thing to think about when budgeting. If you want to add lights, you got to add that to your budget, and that can be a lot more expensive. So here's something else you can do. Listen. Let's say you want to make 25 Make a Fuss cards and 50 traditional cards for everybody. There's 25 people that know you're a card maker, that know what you're handing out is handmade, and you really want to wow them. Then just take your book and just have your 25 for that, and then your 50 or 75 for the other. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with sending one card to one person and one card to another. Nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I used to work for a doctor. I'll never forget this. He used to order his Christmas cards, and he would send cards to patients, and he would send cards to the people that would come in and, what were they called? Pharmaceutical reps. And they were different cards. He ordered different cards for them based on what they did, and it made perfect sense. So you might even decide you want to do some with lights and some without. Wouldn't that be awesome? And that's a good set to do that. This one, perfect if you're doing gift cards. If you want to do gift cards for, again, think of that. Maybe you know you have 30 grandchildren and you need to make 30 cards that are gift cards for your grandchildren. Use this same system to do it. We're going to get cards done. We're going to give away handmade gifts this year. Okay. This one is super cute. It says like sending you a little dough this holiday season. And this is a little deer builder. It's so cute. I have a video on this one already. Tabitha might be able to link a playlist of some of this. She might be able to. Look how beautiful this one is. This would make a beautiful Christmas card. Emboss this girl in gold or silver or white, and then do a little ink. Oh, gosh, I got to write that down. You're not laughing at me, but that was funny. What's this? This one's called Good News. And I want to emboss her in white. Do y'all do that when you look at your stamp sets? And then I want to ink resist the background. Oh, won't that be pretty? Can y'all see that in your head? I can. I'm going to have so many ideas. Okay, look at this one.
You keep writing them down.
The snow globe. I love the snow globe. Here's something else I want to encourage you. When you're looking at your card design, maybe you see a card that features a snow globe and you're like, this is one of those places. I don't have a snow globe die, or I don't have a way to get a snow globe die, which if you have a Cricut, you can. But you could always stamp this and use this in place of your die. And you don't have to use these images inside here. You can put whatever you want in here. You can just use this to get you started by using the globe, right? Okay, then you're going to need word stamps. You're going to need word stamps. Let's pull some of those out, because if you don't already have a good selection of Christmas wording, this is something you might want to take advantage of the buy three, get one for. Let me show you some of the good wording sets, because no matter what you design, when it comes time to have a sentiment, that's where things can go wrong if you don't have a sentiment. And I'll tell you something about us. We try very hard to give you really, really good sentiment sets at Christmas, because I can do images and graphics, but having the words is where we all struggle. We never know exactly what to say, do we? All right, let me go through it. There's a couple more that have really good sentiments on them for you. So we'll talk about those real quick. And then we'll talk about these. Let's see. Okay. The one we're sold out of right now is Continuous Joy. It also is really pretty for this. Okay. But here's what I love about these guys, to give you all the wording you need. So you know you're making Christmas cards, right? So Merry Christmas is going to work everywhere. What we did here is we gave you Merry Christmas that looks alike, and then we gave you Merry and Christmas in two different fonts, so you could mix them up any way you wanted to. And then look at all of this that goes with it. Like if you had this set, you probably could just about have everything you need. Like Merry Christmas from our home to yours. Merry Christmas, wishing you a jolly holiday. Here's the thing I like about this too. You and I both know when you send a greeting card, like you may make all your greeting cards look alike, but you might want a different sentiment on the inside depending on who it's going to. And this is a good idea. Like Merry Christmas across the miles, right? From me to you, from our home to you, sending good cheer for the whole year. You can use this for different people you're sending to, even though you made the same card. Okay. These are great sentiments. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Glistening once again. Good tidings to you and all your kin. The most wonderful time of the year. The most beautiful sight to see. Meet me under the mistletoe. And then, of course, you get all these beautiful pieces with it. Here's another thing I want to tell you, because I think about this. Let's say you're looking at a card idea, and on that idea, there's a beautiful bow, but you don't have a die, or you don't know how to tie a bow. Because these come with SVGs, that bow right there can be used on anything you're doing. You don't have to use the whole set on your project. You just know you have that beautiful bow that you can use. And what I've seen people do to be able to organize their stamps is stamp the whole thing onto a piece of paper and put it in like a notebook, so you can flip through and see what images you have without having to go through all your stamp sets. So think about that one. This one, Alicia, I think Tamitha's probably answering y'all. This one is called Glistening Once Again. This one is called Glad Tidings. Y'all don't let me mess y'all up. Make sure I tell y'all. This one's one of my favorites. This one, okay. My mother wrote a play called Back to Bethlehem. The name of this stamp set is called Back to Bethlehem. This is the final line from her play. The gift of God, not in a package under a tree, but wrapped in rags, lying in a manger, the baby that came to save the world. That line, did you just start crying when I read it? I'm sorry. That line is ingrained in our head, isn't it? Every time we heard it, we knew it was the last line. And what was so cool about this particular one is over the years of her play, So many different people played the lead part, so many different people, and they all said it slightly different. And I can remember like who it is, how they said it, because we had to learn it so much. But that's the final line from my mother's play, which I love very, very much. But can you see how you could use this to help you design your play? I mean, your play, that too, but your card. So maybe if this is the only stamp set you have, you start with this. Maybe you want to focus on true story, reason for the season, wise men still seek him, right? Okay, there's that one. Did I tell you all the name? I did. Back to Bethlehem. Here's some more sentiments. Look, even if you don't want to use these in the ornament, these are perfect little sentiments for you to use on your cards. Not to mention this guy. I personally think you could stamp this inside of every single one of your cards, and it could be the only sentiment you have for the whole thing. You don't need another sentiment. You know what I'm saying? Make a beautiful card front, stamp this on the inside or the outside. Love this. Oh, that is my favorite one. This one was written by Mandy when she worked with us. This one is called Wander. And she wrote longer sentiments. And some of you guys like really long sentiments. I'll read this one to you. As the cold sets in, maybe even with snow, oh, what a gift that the world would know of the sacrifice made, of the plan set in place, of the wonderful gift we call grace. Isn't that beautiful? And then down here, praying for you to enjoy a peaceful holiday season full of wonderful moments to delight in. A gift of love, a night so bright, brought peace to earth and changed dark to light. Praying you have a very blessed Christmas season. That's pretty. And then, where are we at? Wishing you joy, wishing you wonder, wishing you peace this Christmas season, sending you peace, sending you wonder, sending you joy. You can mix them all together. And then she's got I am and we are, so you could use it in both places. So this is a great set too if you're looking for wording, okay? Now then, check this one out. This one is one of my favorites. This is called Say It Mary. There's just about 100 different ways you can mix. There's probably more than 100 ways to mix these words up. Check out the product pages that we have of these, because the way you can mix this up and the things you can say with this is really, really, really good. What is the set with the different size pine cones? I'm going to get to that. That one's called Fond Noel, I think. Is that the one you're thinking of, Fond Noel? Okay, ready for this? This one I think is really good for the sentiments if you don't use the images. This is that continuous line thing that we love, right? So look, may the light of Christ bring you peace this Christmas. Merry Christmas. Let the light of Christ's love fill your Christmas season. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. I love that scripture. I love that scripture. In the darkness, Jesus is the light that guides us. Aren't these great if you're looking for that sentiment for your card? We try to do that for you. This one, you can make the sentiments that you want. This is Prompted Memories. It's actually made for albums, but it's perfect for card making if you need to put a sentiment together. So there's that one. And then this one is basically the entire Christmas story. Like we tried to pull Luke onto a stamp set, right? So it's basically that. You'll see that this is Luke 2:19, 2:11, 2:33, 2:12. That one's John. This is Luke 2:14, 2:10, and this is John 1:14. And then in between, we gave you some that are just good sentiments. May your Christmas be filled with the wonderful love of God's greatest gift. May the miracle of Christmas fill your life with peace and happiness. And then these, like I said, are scripture for you. So make sure you've got your sentiment sets. All right, questions about these really quick. Thank you. We worked very hard to design these and get them just like you guys will like them and want to use them. And some of these guys have been around forever. Some of these stamp sets are... have I shown a new set yet this year? I don't think so. Not of these, right?
I don't think
I've shown any of the new ones. One of my most popular sets is Fond Noel. If y'all have never played with Fond Noel, what I love about it is I took this single stamp and I turned it into so many different things over the years. If you look up Fond Noel on my channel, I've made this into a Christmas tree. These guys have been made into different things because of the way it lays out. It's just really, really cool. And if you need pine cones, look, multiple sizes for you to work with. Then snow peaking. This one's been around a while. I love snow peaking. He stamps from the side. So today when I was looking at card ideas, I saw one that the card was like, it was an A2 card, but only the side that came over was short. You know what I'm saying? It was short. And then they had a snowman sticking out of that. I'm like, this guy would be so cute for that, to be sticking out of the short folded side. Let me do that. Snow peaking. I got to sketch it because I'll forget with the snowman coming out. If I can remember these notes, it'll be a miracle. Apparently, I've learned math today, so I can do one thing at a time, math or notes. I can't do it better.
You had a question from Amy about the one that has the snow globe on it. She's wondering if the manger scene will fit inside of it.
Which manger?
The nativity scene.
Which one? Which one?
Probably from one of the big ones.
Let me show you.
That you just showed.
Oh, I have so many stamp sets. So many.
I want to say it's one of those you already showed.
Oh, like the little heart one or the stained glassy one? You know what's not in here? Celebrate the Season isn't in here. So I'm missing one. You gonna look? Oh, that one?
That would be my guess.
This one will definitely fit. Let me show y'all this, okay? I know, no lagging, y'all. That's the new internet. This will definitely fit. We actually made this snow globe to fit this one. And I'm pretty sure if you have Celebrate the Season, the manger scene from that will fit in here too. Okay. There's those. Did I show all those? I did. All right. Winter Wonderland. Are you kidding me? Look how cute this is. This guy and this guy, I've used these so much. This is a lot of fun. Okay. Then this one, have y'all seen the cards? And this is coming because I'm working on this one. Have y'all seen the cards that have like the map of where your grandchild or child lives and where Santa's coming? You put like a little heart or one of those little map dots where they are, and then you stamp or you print or whatever the Santa Claus flying over it, right? I think this would be so cute to use for that. I love this set. Plus, this little scene is very useful. That's another thing. If you've seen a card you want to do that has a little village scene or something, this is a perfect place to use it. Perfect. How about the original Santa Stuck? This is is this the first one? This is the second one, right?
That's the second one.
Yeah, this is Santa Stuck again. That's what this one is.
Because Santa Stuck had him actually in the chimney.
In the chimney. This one, you can put him in the chimney or you can put him in the fireplace and you have the little fireplace. Here's another thing. Maybe you just want to do a little fireplace with a little light in it and have these like glowing. You don't have to use Santa or the theme of this. You can do it any way you want to. I also saw one done with reindeer that was really cute. And this is another place to get a cute reindeer if you're looking for that. We got to get a wriggle on. Look, if you just want a pretty background, maybe you want to color a background. This is really cute colored. You can play with these. This is a 6x6, and this is called Threadberry, and this one is called Stitch-A-Mint. We use them for quilt cards, so there's that. All right, if you have a way to cut these out on your electronic cutting machine, you can literally cut all these out and turn them into a buildable card. Imagine this card, okay? Oh, I got to do this for my grandkids. They will love this so much. This is got to be their card. You cut all the pieces out. You attach the tree to the front of the card, but all the pieces get sent in a little Ziploc bag. You hear what I'm saying right here? This is good stuff. You not listen to me. Hear what I'm saying? Little tiny Ziploc bag. All the extras inside the card. Then they get to assemble their own Christmas tree. That's happening. I got to make notes. That's going to happen.
I like it.
Make they're going to love that, own tree card. I need to do 3 of those. What is it called? Oh, Christmas tree. Do y'all know why we named it Oh, Christmas Tree? My brother. He knows all the words.
He was only here to sing it.
If he was here, you would be so happy to hear him sing. It'd be so funny. Okay. Ready? This one. You know what, Tamitha? The stamp list you made for me, wonder if you could share that. Tamitha just made me one this morning that I could pull all these from the store. Do you have one that's just for the Christmas sets? That would be really cool if we did. Maybe throw them into alphabetical order real quick. This set is one of our really, really old sets. I love this set so much, mostly because I love these big old sentiments. And if you did Merry Christmas on the front, or you do Happy Holidays and Best Wishes, have a Jolly Holly Christmas. These are really good sentiments. Not to mention this stamped and colored. So gorgeous. Her by the Christmas tree. That's so pretty. That looks like Emmy to me with long hair. All right, tag builder. If you're looking to build tags this year, I don't know that I have every one of them here. Let me look. Yes, These, if you've not seen my videos on how our tag builders work, you need to go watch. I created these so it would look like you had a die set for them, but you don't have to have a die set. They're easy to cut. They're easily measured. You can get so many from one whole sheet of cardstock. You don't have any waste. And this is not all of them because we also have, wait a minute, I might have it right here. Let me look. We also have it in a 4x6, but it might not have got called a Christmas set because I don't think it has Christmas on it. But let's look at these. This one is North Pole Tag Builder. So, so cute. There's so many little words. You can make your little tag, and there's lots of videos where we've used these. This one is called Christmas Tag It. Each of these little icons fit in these little sections, and you can stamp them. I did that so you could stamp this in one color and then stamp your icons in another color to give you the feel of color. Think about this, though. If you just need some little icons, here they are. Also, these sentiments are perfect with or without the tags. Look at this one. I love this big bow one and this holly one. So easy to cut out. I want you to see this. Most of it is square. If you have an electronic cutting machine, that's no big deal. Most of this is square, but look how simple that little fussy cut is. So if you needed to cut a bunch, it wouldn't hurt your hand. Also, this is my favorite feature of this one, okay? This ribbon, which can also be a straw, but this is ribbon, okay? You stamp it one way on the card and another way on the card, and where they intersect, you stamp this bow. And the reason it has this big dark center is because where they intersect, it hides it, and it looks like you've done a big bow. You got to look at the product samples on the page, okay? But you make sure that one string comes this way and one string comes this way, and then it looks like a tied bow. It is so, so cute. So there's that one. This one is like one of our very first ones. It's kind of got snarky sentiments. You might not have this this sense of humor, but this is my sense of humor. I made this so you can't return it. You're going to love this. How about this one? I made this for you. Pretend you're impressed. I got you something I always wanted. How many people buy you gifts and they say, I've always wanted one of those? This gift will never go out of style. Good thing, because it's late. I love that one so much. And then, spoiler alert, this gift is belated because I'll be late. I think that's funny, isn't it?
Can you see if you can make the camera focus?
It's not my camera. It's the lights in here today. It is just all this white is blowing it out because I have it on auto white and I cannot go edit right now, and it's just blowing it out. I'm sorry, y'all. That's the tech stuff that I don't want to have to do. I want to do this and not play with tech. But I did this to myself today, and I apologize. I'll tell you this, though. Go to the page. Can I make that PDF printable, Timothy? Can I make it clickable so they can like click and go? Maybe we could do that. But if you go to the page for the stamp set, like this one is called Tall Tag Builder. We did this on purpose. You were asking for verticals. Okay. So like anniversary, Christmas, congrats, birthday, not just for tags. These are verticals you can use in lots of different designs. Think about that too. And this one is Christmas and other holidays. Also, the big tag. Love that. All right. Then I got a few more to show you, and then I want to show you my designs I'm thinking about playing with for my cards this year. This one, come on. This is called Snowed Out About It. These little snowmen, you can take these little snowballs, like that's a snowball, that's a snowball, that's a snowball, and you can stamp it where it looks like it's coming from one hand to the other, or you can make it where it looks like they're throwing to each other, okay? And their little hands are in the air because they're worshiping. I love that so much. And this says, Snowed Out About It. God's got this. Jesus never fails. God is good. God answers prayers. God is able. Jesus saves. God will work it out. Nothing is impossible with God. God is in control. God will provide. God is with you. God loves you. Snowed Out About It. It is so cute. And even if you don't use the Snowed Out About It, all these sentiments can be used, and you could use them for note cards, bookmarks, anything you're making for your friends and family. Love that one. See how you need to think about, you need to look at your sets and see which one you want to play with and design from that. I think that's a good way to go. A few more. Noel, love this one. You have the big letters, and then all of these guys are made so you can replace the O, and that Christmas tree works really well to replace the E. But you've seen how people do that, how they like, put a different thing in where the letter is. I'm going to show you that kind of on what I'm planning to do too. Plus these little icons. And here's my favorite thing. So Mandy designed this one. Do you see those little bells right there? Those look like that because she made them so you can hang them in the O. Isn't that adorable to have little bells hang down? And you see these little lights? They're made so they can be strung across. Like you can string them on the letters. That's adorable, right?
That's pretty cool.
Very, very smart. All right. This one, gorgeous. I love this set. I actually did this set. This was me. And it's called Still He Came because, did we call this one Still He Came? Yeah. Because of a cantata that Vince did. And I have never gotten that one out of my head. And it was a lot of this messaging, like Emmanuel, God with us. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The Messiah has come. No room for him in the inn. No crown to adorn him. The cross before him. Still he came. May his spirit fill your heart and home this Christmas season. And then you have the little builder. This is the smallest nativity we have. Okay. The smallest one. And then I already showed you that one. This one my mother named. I had this artwork and I did not know what to call it. And I showed Mom this and she was like, oh, name it Ginger Fred for Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Like, I was like, okay, Mom. So this is Ginger Fred because this is apparently Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. That's what she thought. You got the little house. And then if you wanted to do something baking, maybe you wanted to send a recipe for your cookies. Wouldn't it be cute to do a little brown card, emboss this in white, do your little gingerbread people and put like your gingerbread cookie recipe in there? So cute. I love that.
So cute.
How about this one? Angel Song. I'm going to tell you something. Of all the sets we've ever done, this is my favorite sentiment lineup. Do you see how gorgeous Silent Night is? Glory to God in the highest, peace on earth, angels we have heard on high, hark the herald angel sings. That font together is my absolute favorite. And I want to show you this. This and this is a wing. Mandy did this one, okay? And the reason you have this wing is so if you want to add it to your angel, like in her little dress, you can add it and make it 3D, make it pop up, and you have one for both of the angels. And this little scene, also, this inside of the snow globe is absolutely gorgeous. This one can be used with a lot of stuff. Look, Mackie said, I love this one. Amy said she just used this one this weekend. I love that. Love it. All right, here's another cutie. Look, this one is called Snow Wonderful. It says, your snow wonderful, thoughtful, amazing, loved, kind, and missed. Isn't it cute? You can do anything with that. This little guy can go on the sleigh. So cute. And these little trees, if you just need some trees for a card you're doing, these are so cute. So cute. All right, we're getting there. Maybe you want to do a wreath. How about you build a wreath? You start with this. These 3 layers stamp on top of each other in 3 colors and make a beautiful wreath. And then these sentiments fit inside. This one's a little big for the wreath, but he'll work in these. And this is to look like an ornament. This one in particular is look like an ornament. And there's a little ornament top. This one is so you can stamp it and then add the pine cones like it's a grapevine wreath. Or you can take the greenery and add to it. So you could do this in brown, this in green, and then the little pine cones. And you can add the poinsettias around too. So we did that one kind of to play. These strings are for you to hang your wreaths from on your cards. This is a great set too. All right, this one, maybe not. I mean, I'll explain it. I'll show y'all in case you're doing the buy 3, get 1 because you don't want to miss out. But also, it's not just Christmas sets. It's all sets. I should say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just Christmas sets. You can use it for all of them. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to put this one here for y'all to see. Look at this. That set's so pretty. That one's called Adore Him. That one's called Adore Him. So pretty. This is a builder. Okay, so may the spirit of Christmas fill your heart and home this holiday season. All of God's grace in one tiny face. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. This one is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This one says, oh, come, let us adore him. And then this one says, perfect love was born in a manger. Look how gorgeous. Gosh, this one, put this in the snow globe too. That would be beautiful. Beautiful. All right. If you're a train fan, this is one of my favorites. You have all the little train cars, and they're big, y'all. They're big. See that? I actually have a video where I made an entire 3-dimensional little train with this, and it was so cute. You have the Santa bag. You got Santa. This little elf is sitting on this package. This little elf is down in the package like he's fallen in. Merry Christmas looks like this. So when you stamp your train, you then stamp Merry Christmas, and it looks like the steam from the train says that. Isn't that cute? on track for a happy holiday, Kringle and Co. Express. So this one is actually called Kringle and Co.
Did we set a date when it's going to end?
No, it can go what, all week?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
This little plus sign is not really a plus sign. It's one of those little pieces so you can attach these guys together. That's what that. Cortland's favorite. That's so cute. So cute. This is a countdown. This is maybe not for your Christmas cards unless you're doing something special, but this is so you can create a countdown using numbers and special wording. That's what we did this one for. I just wanted to show y'all, but because it has Christmas, I will say this, maybe you're looking for the big word Christmas and you've got a small Mary, you can mix this together. That would be really cute. And the bell and the stars, the gift, there's no telling where you could use those. Okay. Oh, I just got an idea on those. Gotta make a note.
Did you have a thought?
Mm-hmm.
Write it down.
Oh, can't write. I got too excited. I couldn't write. Okay. Then, this is cute. This is pretty self-explanatory. Look how stinking cute this is. This is just cute. I mean, it's just if you went holiday camping, right? There's a little string of lights right here that you could string up. So this is like a pole. See the little pole? So if you wanted to stamp the camper and then do the pole, and you could do the lights. And this also strings between the lights. It says Holly Jolly Camper. So cute, you guys. You know somebody who this set would work for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This one is gorgeous when it's done. It's a little hard to understand, so I'm going to take just a second, okay? What you do here is these guys are your solid images. These get stamped inside of these images. We did this so, I want you to picture this. If you did this in gold or silver embossing, okay, and if you do it on black or navy, you don't even have to stamp on the inside. But if you do it on white, you do this in gold or silver, then you stamp their silhouette inside. Then you let it dry, you come back and you stamp these line images on top and emboss those. This is absolutely gorgeous, not to mention the beautiful sentiments that go with it. But everyone has, and you don't, we did this on purpose. I want to show you. Sylvia had to place every single one of these little dots because I wanted you to be able to stamp it and not have to do their silhouettes to make it make sense. So you can stamp these standalone. So beautiful. I'll make sure I do. I've done a video on this, but I'll do another one so y'all can see it in action. This one's fun too. This one's called Pop of Color. I brought this one out to show you the sentiments because they're great for cards. But what you do here is you stamp these in a single color and then you just pick little bits of it to color and it looks like you've done a whole bunch of coloring. It's really cool how it works. I'm speeding up. Stocking builder. People ask me all the time what all these little images are. Check this out. This stocking, this little stripe fits in here. So if you want a stripe stocking or if you want a polka dot stocking, it goes right there. This goes into the toe. This goes into the toe. This goes into a toe. So if you want dotted toes or striped toes, this can go into the little fur. This can go into the little fur, or the sentiments can go into the fur. And you can have Our First Christmas, Baby's First Christmas, or Merry Christmas. And all of these guys are made so they can be stamped right at the top. So it looks like it's full, like your stocking is full of stuff. And then this one. These are called Let's Make Friends and Let's Make Tiny Friends. Okay. This is so if you want to make a Santa, a snowman, an elf, a scarecrow, these are the pieces you need to do that with. Okay. And they're made for your card. So if you wanted to do a snowman card, you could stamp this and then cut it out for a cross to be a scarf. You could use this for Santa's belt, this for his fur. And you see how long it is? It's made for an A2 card. These are made if you want to do little treat boxes. It's literally the same, but sized down. So you could do it in 2 sizes. Maybe we need a medium version of this. We might need a medium version of that. So let's make friends. Let's make tiny friends. All right. One final one. I know this is for albums. I know this is for photo albums. However, if you are looking for a little something to hold some wording for you on a card, these are perfect for that. You don't have to use these just in the album for place photo here. This would be so cute on the front of a card holding Santa Claus with a little sentiment. Perfect. Don't forget, if you just got here, I saw our number change. So some people might have just got here. The sale is, where did I put my sale paper?
Buy 3, get 1 free.
Where did I put my sale paper? I wanted to put it in there so y'all could read it.
Is it right there with your notes? I mean, is it laying on the desk?
Laying on the desk.
No, that's another card.
Oh, here it is. I'm never going to get that without all of that falling over.
Here, let me help you.
Got it.
Didn't help much, did I?
There's the sale. All right, really quick. We've been going an hour and 10 minutes. Really quick, I want to show you something. Tiny Friends, it would work for a slimline, but you may have to cut down your mat to make it fit in there. You know, so you might have to have a little centerpiece. But stamps right now, buy 3, get 1 free. You must put 4 in your cart for the site to know you've got 4. It'll take the least expensive one off. It does it automatically. And you can't use Club Member there, but you can use Club Member on other items while you're checking out. Okay. Should have brought mine over. This one loves to stick. They don't want to come down. I need it to come down. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Okay. This is the only stamps that I have that is 8.5 by 11. Look how big this is. It's the only one I have this size. Okay. I love this. This set, we have the SVG for it. Okay. And I want to show you kind of what I saw today. I really would like to use this set because I think it's so beautiful and I love the size of them. So look at NOEL. Think about that, okay? Here's what I did. I went out to Pinterest and I started looking at people's cards to give me an idea. I fell in love with different cards for different reasons. I don't know which way I will go. But I love this look because look at the scraps you can use up. I mean, you could probably make let's see. If that's 1 inch by... what is that? 4 1/4? That'll be 4. So if that's 1 by 3 and I had a 12 by 12 piece of paper, I could get 4 times 6. I could get 48 strips from one piece of 12 by 12.
Okay.
I'm wrong?
I don't know.
All right, here's how you look at it.
I kind of got lost.
3 inches wide. I can go 3 inches wide 4 times on 12.
Correct.
Right? And they're 1 inch high, so I can get 6 for half the page and 6 for the other half. So if I do 6 by 4, it's 24, and do that twice, it's 48. What's happening? We're stuck in some space-time continuum. Meme's doing math. But think about that. One piece of 12 by 12 gets me 48 strips, and I need 4 per card. 24 cards. Stop.
You did so good.
12 cards.
48.
Divided by 24. No. Divided by 4. 12. Didn't I? Oh, I said 24. Okay. 12 cards. Okay. We're back. We're out of the space-time continuum. We're out. That's 12 cards with one piece of 12 by 12. You see what I'm saying? Like, I like to look at that. I also love this with Noel down the side. Love that. Now, these are a little big for that. You can see how big my letters are. They're a little big for this, but this would be gorgeous done with this, right? This, if I made it the focal point, and I might have to size it to a 5 by 7 because these are big, but I wanted them big, okay? Also, if you liked using the little ornaments in place of a letter, that's what we did these for, and you also have all the numbers. So I thought this was beautiful, right? Any of these would work. Then I saw this. I love using the letters and something in the middle like that, 3-dimensional. See how they did that? What cute ideas to use this stamp set with. So you'll probably see me doing that. This one I saved because I like the fold over. And it's not really a fold over. It's a piece of white that looks like it's folded. I just like the shape of that. So when you're starting to design, what I want you to do is go out there and find images. I'm not finding my final card. Okay. I don't have any of these dies. I don't have any of the stuff they're using. I'm just being inspired. Okay. So my inspiration here is the shape. My inspiration here is replacing something in the middle. My inspiration here is using up scrap and hopefully mixing my letters with it, right? Love this idea. So, and I may not even do it exactly like this. I may do something different, but I like it coming off of that line. So as you're starting to plan for your little book, that's what you do. Also, we have the SVG for this. You don't have to stress. You're not going to be fussy cutting these. You're going to be cutting them out, okay? How many of you have a Brother Scan and Cut? Tell me real quick. I know, Catherine, we were in a time space continuum, but now we're out clearly because I couldn't math the next time. Everything ended.
I got a step.
Are you out for good for the rest of it? That's fine. I got this. You have a meeting or something?
Yes.
Okay. I got this. Whew. Y'all, that was a lot. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Oh my gosh, how many of y'all have one? Tina does. Gwen does. Jen does. Becky does. Betty does. Rita does. Deb does. Amy does. Okay. A lot of y'all do. I have a question. With your scan and cut, not so much about Cricut, but with your scan and cut, I want you to, in the comments of this video, not in the chat will go away, but in the comments of this video, I want you to come back and tell me what pain points you have. I need to know what you need to learn about your scan and cut. I have been invited to an event where I can teach the scan and cut, but I only use it as scissors. So I would like to hear what you are struggling with, but please don't put it in the chat because I won't see it here. Put it in the comments, okay? And then Tamitha can grab them and print them for me if you do that. But I would like to know what your pain points are or how you would like to see it used. And I know everybody wants to learn the software. I do not know it, but maybe I can learn it or something. But also maybe tell me what you use yours for, because that might be something. I'm looking for what video I need to create for you to help you. So let me know. All right, you guys, don't forget Wednesday the 10th, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be doing part 2 of this where I'm stepping into the next part. Okay. So that'll be for members of the channel. If you're a member of the channel, you'll get a link to that and you can come and sit in with us. I don't think there's maybe 200 or 300 members. So it won't be a huge class, but it'll be a lot of, it won't be a class. It'll be a craft along. So maybe between now and then, go ahead and start planning what your card will look like. And let's start working on Christmas cards together. You plan how you're going to use your book. Where did my book go? Here it is. You plan how you're going to be using your book. And then let's get started doing that. How about it? By the way, if you saw me make this book, this pocket right here is exactly what I was going to do in here. So since we didn't get to do pockets today, those are the same kind of pockets I'm putting in here. Do I subscribe to use the Brother Scan and Cut? I don't, because I use it like scissors, but they do have a software. And you probably have to subscribe in some way. The thing about software, and not me getting on my soapbox about it, but here's the thing. I don't know if you know, but like all the images you see, everything out there is created by an artist, and those artists should get paid for their work. And so all the images on that software, somebody created for you. You know what I'm saying? So those subscriptions help to pay for that, because a lot of times with your subscription, you don't pay extra, which is pretty amazing because sometimes there's some really good designed and created things out there for you. And the same with the software. Somebody has to build it and make it work and keep it going. Like there's a whole staff of people at Cricut that keep their software going. So there has to be a way to pay for all of that. Like it doesn't happen instantly. And then like all of the saving onto the cloud and all of that, somebody has to pay for all that space. I'm different about that, but that's because I use, technology and software all the time. So I don't get upset about having to pay a subscription. I actually love what I get for my subscription money, and I've been paying it for years, and I hardly use my Cricut, but I think it's worth it. I think that what we get for what I pay is really kind of shocking. If you've never heard of, there's these different apps and stuff where you can reach out to artists and have them design something for you. If you ever look at the price to get them to do an SVG or to design something for you, many times it's 5, 6, or 7 times your monthly fee for Cricut. And if you think about that, if for one image you're going to pay $50, that's half a year of a subscription, and it's already made for you. So I look at it different. Everybody doesn't look at it like I do. And I also only have the Cricut subscription. I don't do every other one, right? I don't think they're expensive. And that's the thing. It's all in how you look at it and what you use it for. Okay. Because if you're only going to use one image once a year, don't subscribe, pay for that image. But if you're going to use 10 images a month, if you had to go buy them individually, everything you did, you would be shocked how much you would pay. I think it's just important to look at that. So I said you should drop out. I've never dropped out of mine. If I said that, I was not correct. I have kept mine and kept mine. I love it. Yeah, I don't think that people understand how much it costs to purchase those things or to buy all those. And like one thing I don't think people get, and maybe I should do a video explaining this. I don't know if you know, but if you subscribe, every Cricut cartridge they ever made is on there. And do y'all know how much Cricut cartridges were? We used to pay. See, this is, I think this is why I see it different. When I worked for Close to My Heart, this was years ago. Okay. They had these cartridges that came out. I forget what they were called. Somebody will remember them, but I think they brought out like 4 of them. And you got 100+ images on it, like maybe 150 or 100 and maybe 107 images. Somebody remind me, okay? That cartridge, that one cartridge was $100 or maybe even more than that. Somebody remind me of that, okay? I remember thinking, who can afford to pay this for one cartridge of finite images that we couldn't do anything with? You loaded them onto the machine and you cut that out. Like that's what you could do. You stuck your cartridge in, you cut your mat on, and that's what you got. But then when we started doing it this way, and what is there? I haven't even looked. Are there over 300,000 images in your Cricut subscription now? I think it's 300,000 plus. And I can manipulate them. I couldn't do that with those cartridges. And I had a shelf of them. And they were 50 and 60 bucks each. So maybe that's why I feel different about the subscription, because I come from that world. Did any of you guys do that? You still have cartridges? We paid so much for them, Jen. Those cartridges were $89, and it was finite. And y'all, at the time, we had Cricut Craft Room. You couldn't do anything with those images. So I think that it may just be because I came from that, that I don't see it. You know, you look at a year subscription. Somebody tell me how much a year subscription is to Cricut right now. I couldn't believe, I mean, cartridges were outrageous. And only you could use them. You couldn't like transfer them. I like the Maker series. My favorite is the Maker series. When I'm doing mass production, because I like to be able to have that rotary blade, and I like to be able to print, cut, like all that. I like my Cricut Joy and my Cricut Extra for stamping. If it's just I'm going to be doing SVGs. So Hillary, you're telling me $120 a year. Honestly, I knew when I was paying attention. Let me say what I mean by this. I have it on a credit card and it goes through. Y'all know I don't do numbers. I have it on a credit card. It just goes through. So when I started, it was like $7.99 a month. I think it's $9.99 a month the last time I looked at it. How much is it now? Is it $10 a month? Terrence, you have it. Do you know how much it is? Okay, Tisha just said it's $120 for premium. That was 1.5 cartridges back in the day. 1.5. And typical cartridges were what, 40 to 60 images? Am I right? Oh, Lord, I had the Cricut Cake Machine, Casey. I loved that thing because it was red. It was my favorite. So Casey says $99 a year. Which one? I don't know. I think that's worth it. I think it's worth it. But again, I come from the school of you wanted to make a bear. Oh, that's another thing. Listen. You wanted a bear cartridge. You wanted to make a bear. You had to buy a bear cartridge, and it was just bears. Or you wanted cars. It was cars. Or you wanted birthday. It was birthday. Like one. Do y'all remember that? I spent so much on cartridges. I'm with you, Catherine. Yeah, I honestly don't think that's too much for what you get, considering what I used to have to do. And not to mention the storage of those cartridges. Jen, we thought we were it, because I'd be like, you want it cut? I can cut it, but only if I had the cartridge. Wedding was all wedding. Yep. I think it's worth it. Again, everybody feels different about things and everybody looks at things differently, but considering what we used to pay versus now. So, okay, premium is $14.99. It feels like it should be about that. That feels about right now. But I get it if people don't understand it. It's just I guess I just come from a different place where I couldn't afford cartridges. I had what I had when they went on sale, you know. Now I got to go look because it just goes out of my credit card, y'all. I don't even pay attention. It just goes Cricut charge, and I just let it do its thing. That's what you had to do, Captain. You had to have friends that had them. Yep. That's true, Cindy. You get, if you're a member, if you're signed up, you get discounts on their store, right? I think that's right. I think as a member, you also get discounts on their store. May, you have over 60 cartridges. Do the math. I had like 30. We spent money on those things. So they had 200 images, considering the accent pieces. You're right. You're right. I have blocked them out of my brain. I have blocked them out. Oh, that's smart, Karen. Okay, so that's a good way to look at it. Karen says her discount, what she buys from them, basically her discount offsets the subscription. She pays for it with that. That makes sense. Yeah, I like the Maker series. Trent, where you been, buddy? Where you been? Trent, didn't you make me these? Didn't you make me these? I still the original Cricut, probably 30 cartridges. I always bought when they were. That's what I did. I would wait till they went on sale and buy them. Y'all are cute. Trent, these are so great, and I'm down to like 3. Can I buy some from you? I need more of them. I'm happy to pay for them. Happy to. All right, you guys, we've been chatting a long time, and thanks for opening up that conversation. It took me back. I've been visualizing. Y'all, what was that cartridge? Did somebody name it? The one I love so much from Close to My Heart. I used to say that was the one everybody had to have. And can you still get them? Thank you, Trent. You're so awesome. But honestly, I'll pay for the supplies and your time. What was the name of the Close to My Heart ones? They were so good. And I used to say, and I think you can go back and watch my videos, like if you get this cartridge, it's the one you'll need. Was it ornamental? Was it ornamental? I don't remember. All right, y'all, let me know how I can help you with. Let me know if you want help with the Cricut too. I'm happy to help you with that. Maybe, how about this? Maybe you're not seeing the value, and maybe I could help you with that. Was it ornamental? If I remembered that, we really are in a space-time continuum. Maybe I can help you with getting the money out of your, maybe that needs to be a video, how to get the money out of your subscription. Because there's a lot of ways to do it. There's a lot of art expressions. That's what it was, wasn't it, Rhonda? Or artiste, the artiste cartridge. Well, I just believe everybody, don't know. The artiste cartridge. To get my SVGs to cut in Cricut, I have a video on that one already. I like that idea too. I think, let me write it down. Are you back? Ooh, we've been talking a while, y'all. Hold on. We got on to talking about Cricut, and it's been fun. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do a video on how to get your, how would you say it? Money's worth from your Cricut subscription. Cricut would love that, wouldn't they? They were a good cartridge. Okay, see, Tisha, there were multiples, right? I think the Close to My Heart cartridges were the best ones too. And I thought they were worth the money, and they were like $100 each, weren't they? You want me to do on how to get the money out of your punches? That's an easy one. All right, you guys, since you're back, guess what you get to do?
Wow.
You're back just in time. Vinny gets to pray us out.
Oh, cool. What an honor. Let's pray, guys. Hey, God, thanks for the day. I thank you for your blessings. I thank you for this community and what it means to us. And I just pray, God, that everything we do will honor and glorify you. And we just thank you and praise you for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Y'all see, I can't be left alone. I'll just stay with y'all all day. So there you go. I love you. I hope you had a wonderful time today. I will see you again Thursday night and then all of our regular scheduled programs. Until next time, bye now.